I'm waiting for my other clock to dry, so I thought I'd work on this one. This is the what I believe is the Black Forest shield clock that goes into a grandfather clock case. I bought it off my friend while I was visiting him. The person that owned it, they glued the shield onto the case. So I'm not going to be able to take the shield off unless I cut this glue away. And I'm going to have to cut this glue away in order for me to work on the movement. So hopefully I won't break it in the process. Most of the time these shields are cracked. They use some kind of weather stripping or something to glue this thing on. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to get it off. I think I need to change out my blade. I'll turn my blade around and see if that works any better. I've got different knives. I don't know what this stuff is, but it's tough. I'll come back after I got the shield off. I managed to get the shield off without breaking it. Like I said, they used a bunch of, I don't know what that is. Some kind of leather silicone, maybe. Anyway, it's off. And here's the movement. And this is the alarm system that goes onto it. Now, there's two different bells on this thing. This bell right here is what strikes the hour. This bell over here is what's for the alarm. Now, the time train is in front of the strike train. This piece right here is not original. It is this piece. So I'll be taking this piece out to put this piece on. But when I pull the change for the for the time. Well, I accidentally took the birch assembly out of its position, so I can't show you that. But this is for the strike. Sounds pretty good. Now, if you look underneath, you got your time train chains, your strike train chains, and then you got these two little holes right here, which goes up to this wheel right here, which is for the alarm system. But I think this wire is on the wrong side. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to take it all apart to figure it all out. But these are, it looks like cast. No. It looks like somebody painted the wood. Is what it looks to me like. Somebody took some silver paint to the, all this stuff is wooden. You could tell at the very end of it. And whether I'm going to leave it that color or take it back to wood, I don't know yet. But the first thing I have to do is take this back door off. And I still got some glue I'm dealing with, or silicone, or whatever this crap is. I can take the back off to get to the rest of it. So it's time to take a bunch of pictures. The system actually looks really clean. I don't even think I'm even gonna take this apart. That's the time train moving. You get this metal arm right here. This metal arm hits a pin. This clock strikes on both the hour and the half hour. And the reason why I say that is there's two pins on this intermediate wheel. There's a pin here and a pin here. And this arm is lifted up by one of those two pins. And that arm is what lifts the lever out of the count wheel. And if your hands are not straight up and down, Let me get the minute hand. And by the way, these are cast hands. They're heavy duty. If the hands are not straight up and down when this thing goes off, you would bend this arm. That looks to me like it was straight up and down. But let me try this again. I think I would take that back. It only strikes on the hour. This wheel here rotates twice. There's one pin, and the other pin is down here. So it only strikes on the hour. And are the hands straight up and down when it strikes? No, they're not. They're off a little bit. They strike at like 5 minutes till the hour, or 2 minutes till the hour, or something like that. So in order to fix that, I would bend this wire. Which way to bend it? I think I would bend it up a little bit. Sorry, I would actually bend this portion of the wire down a little bit, because currently it's striking at a couple minutes till the hour, and so I want it to hang onto that wire a little bit longer. So I'm going to try bending it down. This wire bender isn't wide enough, so I'm going to have to use a pair of pliers. Now let's try that. Still a couple minutes till the hour. I'm going to have to bend it some more. But I think what I'm going to do is just clean all this glue off. And the way this shield is held into place, and it's supposed to be held into place, you got these steeples, and there should be holes in this shield that these, which there are. You can barely see that one. You can see that one. You can make out that one, and you can make out this one. Pins go through these steeples, and then they go in those holes. So I'm gonna use long pins, such as a long pin like this, to put that shield back on. Now, I've got some other clocks where the shield is mounted to a board, and that board is very thin, very fragile, and being over 100 years old, I don't trust it. So I made a newer board to put the shield on. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is figure out this alarm system. I think a rope would go on there, not a chain. And you should be able to see inside there's a bunch of wooden grooves, I would call it, that the rope connects to. And so, kind of like the clock that my friend Gene gave me. And so, I'm gonna cut a rope and see if it'll connect in there. Just as I thought, the hammer for the alarm goes inside the bell. That way when it goes off, it bangs both sides. I don't have the right rope on it. The ratcheting system is this way. And just like my postman's alarm clock, that will make a lot of noise to wake somebody up. Again, I don't have the right rope on it. I was just trying different things. This rope is too big. This rope is too big also, I believe. So I took one strand off of this type of rope and it shredded it. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there is a date on this clock. And this label is from E.P. Burham and Company, 108 Commercial Street, Springfield, Missouri. But the date is May of 1907. And I'm not for sure what all the rest of it says. But this clock is not from 1907. It's probably when somebody acquired it, maybe at a flea market or whatever, antique shop or whatever, and they sold it. I'll have to look up that company and see what they did. It might be in a furniture company or whatever. But I cleaned up the case with some Howard Speed and Wax. I put the original piece here back on. And now it's time to put this onto the clock. Now here it's taken away. There's one thing I don't like about it. They got this string right here to hold the pendulum leader. I don't like it. I'm going to put a piece of wire there because it's really, if you mess with the pendulum whatsoever, It is really, I don't know what you call it, loose, unsteady. Why they have a string there, I have no idea. And I did put the lighter weight for the strike. Now the alarm system, I got the metal part gluing to the base of the wood because the base of wood is damaged. So anyway, this wire was straight. Well, this wire has to go into a notch into the alarm, so I bent it so that way it rides the base of the alarm until it finds that notch, and then it goes in there, and that's when the alarm goes off. But I don't have a string for the alarm, and I have to do some adjustments for the for the beat. Unfortunately, I'm in my kitchen area, and I told you before that I got to replace this floor. I got this plywood down so I can walk, but when I walk, you will see the base, my test stand move, so it's not doing a lot of good where it's at. But I'm going to replace the string and put a wire where that string is, and I think that will be better than what it is. But we're getting there. Like I said, I didn't like the string that was on it, so I put a wire instead. Most of these clocks have got wires that hold the pendulum leader wire on. I still have to come up with a string and a weight for the alarm. And adjust the minute hand just a little bit because it's not quite straight up and down. The alarm system is more like a timer. Like right now it's 3 o'clock. I'm not for sure how to read the alarm on this one. I think it's this arrow right here. So it's 4 o'clock. Let's see what happens. $5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And it will go off around 8 o'clock. I might have to bend this arm a little bit. Yeah, I would have to bend the arm. Let's see. I want it to go off at about 12:30. Well, actually, I want to go off around 9 o'clock. Again, I need to bend this arm a little bit because it's going to go off before 9 o'clock. It would have went off right there. So I need to bend the arm a little bit. So I bent the arm a little bit, and right there it shows 9 o'clock. That's where the arm dropped into the slot. Now, once it has the weights on it and everything, I'm sure it'll push that down more. I might have to adjust it a little bit. But it's 8:56 now. I need to stop it and see if it's going to keep good time. Now the clock on the left is the case that it goes in. And in the travel, part of the veneer came off, so I need to glue that back in. And they had this movement glued into this case, which makes no sense to me. My buddy Ron had a heck of a time getting it out, but I'm going to drill holes in the bottom of the movement and use screws to hold this movement into this case. Now I'm going to also have to take the lock off to see if I can come up with a key that works. I don't know if I have a key that will operate this lock or not. My friend Ron gave me this key. I had these keys. Hopefully, between the keys I have, the one he gave me, hopefully I can come up with a key that will make this lock work. This clock here is a tall antique grandfather clock that I was working on. And then this clock here is a clock that me and my daughter went to Kentucky to get. The clock on the left is about the same height as the clock that I purchased over in England. It's got a beautiful case to it. They all three are beautiful, but I'm a little biased. So I started this clock at 9 o'clock, and now it's 9:30. And you can see, per this clock, it's still 9 o'clock. That means that the clutch system, which is the compression washer underneath the intermediate wheel, isn't working properly. It's too tight. So I'm going to have to take and fix it. But on a good note, it's been taken away for a half hour now. So that's a good thing. We're getting there. And as you can see, the pendulum has got a nice deep arch. It's swinging back and forth really good. And that's what I like to see. I searched for the history of E.P. Berman and Company, Springfield, Missouri. It doesn't show anything. Typically, when you put what you're searching for in quotation marks, such as this, if there's anything out there it'll find it for you. But here it shows me there's nothing out there that showed the exact match of what I want to find. Even if I take away the word history, it's not showing me anything. Even if I take the words Springfield, Missouri away, no matches for your search. There's an E.P. Berman at 408 commercial. And 408 East commercial is what I'm trying to find. But it's in Springfield. Let's see if we can find this Burham. UHR. I went too far. UHRMAN. Ernest P. There's jewelers and watches. It was their occupation. 408 East Commercial in Greene County, Missouri. So they were jewelers and I can't pronounce that name. Jewelry and watches. Ernest P. Burham. So again, I think somewhere along the line they acquired the clock and they had it in their shop for sale, and that's where that sticker came from. So typically with every other clock that I dealt with, cuckoo clocks, wooden plate clocks, let me get something to point with. There's typically a compression washer underneath this intermediate wheel, but in this case there's not. And I'm thinking that there should be. I'm going to take the birch and crutch assembly out, and now I'm going to, because you know, I told you that the hands are not turning, so I'm going to put some dots on those wheels, and I want to see if they move, which they do move. And so I had to put it all back together and figure out why the hands are not turning. Now there's this washer here that goes on, and then there's a pin that goes in the hole of this shaft or this intermediate wheel, so the wheel, the hour pipe doesn't come off. That's what that washer here is for, to prevent the hour pipe from coming off. So like I said, I gotta put it all back together and figure out why it's, figure out why the hands aren't turning. And while I had this off, I got to bend that lever some more to so the minute hand is straight up and down when the clock goes off. Because now it's past the hour when the clock goes off. I bent it too much earlier. And I put it all back together, and when I put the hands on, the hands do move. However, you see them drop? This wheel needs to have a compression washer on it to prevent it from dropping like that. So I need to see if I can come up with something. And all a compression washer clutch assembly is a spring. So I took a spring and I cut it in half. And so there it is. It stays where it needs to stay. And so I'm going to put all the other parts back on and see if that resolves the issue. I think my washer, my spring is too big, because by the time I put the washer on, I don't see the hole. So I'm going to cut some of the spring off. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get back to y'all. And when you're putting the minute shaft on, you might have to rotate it a couple times, because what you want to do, you want to trip the system. You want to put this This has a spacer that goes on first and then fell off. That way it lines up with the intermediate wheel. But you want to trip the system, and when you trip it, you will see that the hand is off, and I just got through adjusting this. So all you have to do is rotate it and trip it again. And put it where you want to put it. Now I have to put all the other parts back on. Part of that system is this washer and the pin that tightens it all up. The washer and the pin completes the clutch system. Without it, it's going to be loose. So once you get it all together, you will now see that the hands are not dropping, that they're staying in place. Plus, I got the hand on backwards. It goes this way. And it's right along 12 o'clock when it trips. So now I can put this all back together and pull on the chains and see if it's gonna move the hands. So now I should find out really quickly if I get this thing to tick. You can see the minute hand is turning. You should be able to see that. And I got the hour hand on backwards. But anyway, I am accomplishing what I'm setting out to accomplish. There's a difference between the good side and the bad side. This is the good side. I could trim it, clean it up with mothers, but I don't want to. So now I'm gonna set it all back up and try to adjust the time to see if it's running fast or slow.